Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you for watching and coming back to watch this or watch my channel. This time I'm going to be going over budget by paycheck. I did the leverage planner the other day, and this time I'm focusing on this. And I think, some of you aren't familiar with the budget by paycheck workbook. This is just budgeting, but by your paycheck. So instead of doing it for the month, this is where your information goes. You do it by paycheck, which I really like, because the monthly thing just was not working for me. I've tried it for years, and this just blew my mind and helped me save so much. So if you guys, I'm gonna do a quick flip through. This is your financial plan, your within 1 year goals, your 5-year goals, and your 10 to 15 year goals. If you have any membership or subscriptions, you put them here. I never really filled it out because I only have 2. I have Hulu and Amazon Prime. And then your goals and events for the year, what I plan on saving. And then you just keep track of it. What you put in, what you take out. I sometimes do this on the computer. It's so much easier. So it's by year, you have all this. And you the way Kumiko, the budget mom, does it, payday, what bills are you pay with that, with that paycheck, and that's what I'm going to go over real quick with you guys. Like I said in my first video, I'm a teacher, so I get paid once a month. My husband, who also works in education, he's not a teacher. He gets paid twice a month. So I get paid on the last day of the month, on the 30th. He gets paid on the 10th and the 25th. We also belong to a credit union, so it's kind of a good thing for us, I guess, but at the same time, I don't know if it's so good. But even though these are our scheduled dates to get paid, because we belong to a credit union as well, our direct deposit gets deposited 2 days before. So instead of on the 10th, he'll get it on the 8th, 25th, he got paid on the 23rd, and me, I get paid on the 30th, so I got paid Friday. And I did my pay. I'm doing my budgeting today with you guys so you guys can see what I do. So I started it off a little bit. I don't mind showing you what I earn, and you guys will be seeing, if you guys continue watching, how I do this. We have 3 paychecks in a month, and I split up certain bills, and I have a lot of bills, so I'm gonna be real, okay? And you guys will see. So I started off car insurance. I always, this is, I budgeted for $346, Capital One, $180. We have 2 Capital Ones, and you guys will see that if you watch videos, mine. Then my daughter's rent/tuition. And like I mentioned in my first video when I did my leverage planner plan with me, my daughter just graduated from UCSD about 2 weeks ago. And we are going on a little short getaway to San Diego just so we can see her, because her birthday is on the 3rd of this month. And she stayed and worked on campus, and only because her lease ends in November. And I just wanted her to have, a little bit of independence. And thankfully we have the money to pay for this. So I didn't want to take this away from her. I guess you can see this is my graduation gift. This is our graduation gift to her. So that's, rent, tuition. I consider it tuition. There's also an EB academic subscription. Ooh, I should include this at the beginning as well. I pay this monthly, and it's for my teaching. So, it gives me helpful tools and tips and lesson plans for teaching my students how to become better writers, how to, just a whole bunch of things for any teachers here. Check it out. They're really good. And mostly I say this because, again, I am new to teaching. I'm new teacher. I'm new to teaching. I'm going to start my 3rd year in August. So this would have been very helpful. My first year, I think I would have been a stronger teacher. Because first year, it sucks when you're a teacher. It really, really does. And I'll go into that more when we plan. When I do my plan with me school edition. And then I bought my husband a Shark vacuum, kind of like a Roomba. This is what he wanted for Christmas, believe it or not. That's $41.01. And then the gardener we have, and paying him $70 a month. And then I have an Apple card that I got for emergencies. I don't know why I did this. I got it back in January. But technically I just got it because it's so cool. If you guys have seen it, it's like a, you know, titanium kind of card. But then during COVID, it was, you know, using that to pay stuff, and I kind of, you know, I have a $3,000 limit. I have $1,000 on there right now. So, well, I had 1,000. I think I owe about 500 now, so I should be able to pay this off next month. So I'm paying, you know, a little more than I need to for this point. So all of those would total $1,226.01. And then if I subtract my total from my total bills, I'm left over with $2,831.99. I'm gonna take that back. That would be, so this was what I budgeted originally for my insurance, but my insurance went down. We went with a different provider, so now it's $160. And I only have to pay $160 on this. So with all this, it would have totaled $1,226.01. Sorry about that. So then I carry it over here, $2,831.99. And these are my envelopes that I do every month. This is what I'm always going to use. These are my necessities, essentially. My groceries, gas, and my husband, because of his position at the district, he has a company car that he only uses. He's very anal, type A. So we never, it's a truck. We don't fit into it. It's a 2-person truck. So he only uses it for that. So I never budget for gas for him. So my groceries are $250. I always $250 within the 3 pay periods. I know it's a lot, but, and actually it went up because of during quarantine, COVID-19. Gas, $50. And you know, for the 3 times that we have paid it $150, I don't use that much in gas, but I keep it in there. For my hubby, I give him $50. Friday fun, I do $50. So if you total that, that is $250, $300, $400 right here. And if you subtract the $2,831.99 from the $400, it leaves me with $2,431.99. And then I'm gonna carry this over to my sinking funds. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar how sinking funds work, but say like, I'm gonna go with the first one for school clothes. My kids go to school in August, second week in August. So I wanted to have about, because they wear uniforms, I wanted to do, make sure that they had about $500, which is what I spend every year in uniforms, because my daughter is just growing like a weed. And my son doesn't really use, you know, he doesn't change, but I don't know, he kind of gained weight this year. So $500, so I split that up into, you know, I started saving, I want to say in May. So let's say if I said 500, I wanted 500, I divide that by the number of months. And so it worked out to $50 a month to save by August. Then I do my car registrations. And that's $25 a month. I have my daughter's car that I paid, and it's an old car that my daughter, my sister, you know, gave to her, to my daughter for graduation from her senior year in high school. So we, you know, the car is pretty old, but it's a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Sorry, it's good. It's a good car. So I, you know, her registration is about $100, and then mine is about $250. So $25 a month by February. Well, you know, I'll have enough. Then we do tuition registration for school, and that's about $400. And I put $25 in there a month to have $400 by February. Christmas, a little bit more. We save a lot for Christmas, so we put $100 in. And then the same thing with B-days. You know, they they either can go to Disneyland or, you know, we either do one trip for Disneyland for all. We'll do, you know, my daughter, my middle child, I have 3 kids, a 22-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old. My 10-year-old has Asperger's, which is, you know, a form of autism. So we never have birthday parties for her because she can't handle that stress. So what we do is, you know, we ask her, what do you want? And she'll list last year, she's like, I don't want a party, which she never, I think she's had 2 parties in her life. She said, I want to go to Knott's with my best friend. So that's what we did. So 241.39 minus 300 leaves me with 213,199, and then you know, anything that I'm going to put towards extra debt. I have an Old Navy card that I owe about 300 on, so I'm going to put the remainder, 131.99 towards it. It leaves me $2,000. This goes to, I'm sorry, I can't talk obviously and do so it leaves me with $2,000. And this is just a mock-up. This is not what I mean, it looks like this, but that's why I'm okay with it being messy, because I already did it, you know, before. And then what I need to do with this paycheck, because we pay our mortgage on the 10th, is I leave a cushion in there. So I leave a cushion of $2,000, you know, between $1,900 and $2,000 in here. And that zeroes out. And for this pay period and my next pay period, this pay period especially, I won't put any savings. I am expecting a raise. I mean, I'm getting a raise. It's about $500 increase starting in August. I go up every year, but this year I got extra units, so not only am I going down on the pay column, I'm going across as well, which gives me more money. So everything I balanced out to 0. So for my envelopes, what I do is, you know, I list them all right here, you know, how much, and the cash breakdown usually. And she does include that here, like at the end, like, yeah, you can write them down, you can cut them up. But the budget mom, that's what I'm talking about when I say she, Kumiko Love, she has these post-it notes, and it's bigger. I just tear them up in half, and I leave one in, you know, in this planner and one on my desk, and then I write down the, you know, the value when what I want, and then I take it to the bank, and I cash it. But because of quarantine and people not taking cash, I've just been leaving this in the bank, and I have everything. You know, our credit union allows us to, you know, create different savings accounts. So, but this is my paycheck, how I budget, and then there's a tracker that I use, you know, all the expense trackers. So I am going to, whatever the balance is, I'm going to handle, you know, carry it over here. So it will be $2,000, because that's what I left in my cushion over here in June for July. And that's basically it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I will show you my next 2 pay periods on the 10th and on the 25th, and what goes out on those days, okay? And thank you for watching. See you next time.